Yeah.
Were you worried?
No. I wasn't worried. We knew that they were lying.
Yeah.
When she said it's not credible, I was like, and I
As
was.
soon as she said that March 9th wasn't credible, it was very clear that we'd won. So.
But we
It's a high standard, and they were all over the map. You know, in their testimony, the petitioner clearly was being led by his attorney. I was impressed the judge noticed that. We all noticed that, and we're quite sure. The judge does see everything, but it was still gratifying that she noted it in her decision that Mr. Campos was constantly looking at his attorney, Mr. Moxon, for whether or not he should answer yes or no.
Notice the body language.
And it was like Mr. Moxon would nod his head or shake his head, and that's not okay. And Mr. Campos seemed quite confused at times about what he was even asking for. And he also seemed to think that he should be able to be 100% comfortable and at ease to walk the sidewalks to his church and go throughout that whole area of the Blue Building, the entire Scientology complex, including the sidewalks, the public sidewalks and the public street. And in his attorney's closing statement yesterday, he repeated a sentiment we heard from the petitioner repeatedly on the stand in his own testimony, that this is his space and this is his block. And at the same time in their testimony and in Mr. Moxon's argument, he had the unmitigated gall to call my client, who he knows is Mexican American and is here on a special visa. He knows that. And calling him a gang member repeatedly.
Glad it didn't work.
So, to my mind, calling a public sidewalk area and street my block sounds pretty gang-like to me. And it wasn't my client that spoke like that. No public sidewalk belongs to any individual, it belongs to the people. And it's a place where public speech takes place. And the Supreme Court has reiterated over and over, confirming that the public sidewalks are a place for robust speech. And robust speech is not always pleasant. It can be an argument and discussion and things that can be said that are upsetting and annoying. And protest is supposed to be annoying and disruptive.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
the point.
So no one has the right to walk on a sidewalk free of annoyances of other people. We have to live with other people, and we all own the sidewalk together. And everything in this case occurred on a sidewalk. And in the first instance where they said my client had committed violence, he didn't commit any violence. He tried to stop further violence. The petitioner on his electric scooter that's illegally being ridden on the sidewalk against the vehicle code, on that sidewalk that he was blocking their ability to get past him, he shoved that scooter into my client. My client grabbed the scooter to stop it. And he yelled out, startled, that he was run over and pinned against the tree. So to try to turn that into something my client did to him, it didn't fly, it wasn't credible, and the judge made the right decision. And she carefully went over that evidence.
Yes, very much
Because
so.
the way she gave her decision, she carefully went over that evidence. And I would also like to add, she was very generous with the petitioner's side of this case. This was a 3-day trial. And we had a lot of so-called housekeeping on the first half of the first day because Mr. Moxon did not properly provide his exhibits, and there was a lot of mess that had to be cleaned up.